Hi, I'm Vivienne.
And I'm Jason.
And this is Burger of the Week.
Each week we discuss an episode of the Fox animated series Bob's Burgers, and then we create a themed burger based on the episode.
This week we're talking about Season 3, Episode 3, Bob Fires the Kids. This episode was written by Lizzie and Wendy Molyneux. It was directed by Buwan Lim and Kyung-hee Lim, and it aired November 4th, 2012.
We have a couple of guest stars. We have real-life married couple Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally as Cooper and Beverly.
Yes, and Megan Mullally also does the voice of Gail, although her voice is really different in this episode.
It definitely is.
So I recognized Nick Offerman right away. I did not recognize Megan Mullally right away.
We also have a return of Mickey the bank robber from season 1.
Yes, who is voiced by Bill Hader. He does a great job in this episode.
Yep, Mickey's great.
The store next door this week was I'd Hit That Boxing Gym, which I like. I think that's cute. The exterminator van was Mouse Arrest.
And we have a few burgers of the day.
Yeah, we have quite a few.
Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Zucchini Burger.
Yeah, I don't think either of ours are going to beat that. That's pretty great, right?
I mean, it's good.
My dad used to sing that song to me in the car. I don't know why.
I don't know what the song is. I don't get it.
She wore an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini that she wore for the first time today.
No, I've never heard
that song?
That's fantastic. I love it.
Also, I just apologize for you guys having to listen to me sing.
Never apologize.
Okay.
Ever. We have the summertime burger, of course, the herb time. We have the butterface burger served with butter lettuce, which I've never had. Is it yellow?
No, it's just, I'm sure it's just like a smooth lettuce. Like smooth as butter? I don't know. Anyway.
We have the Beats Me burger, which Mickey loves.
Oh, he thinks it works on so many levels.
I like the other one, the diabetes burger served with insulin.
That's hurtful.
Get over it.
And the last burger is We're Here, We're Gruyere, and Get Used to It burger.
Yeah, that's great.
So
we're here, we're queer, get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cute.
It's
I
fun.
like it.
So, before we dig in, you a fan?
I am, actually. I do like this episode. I think it works less well now that marijuana is becoming legal in a lot of different states, and it's likely to become legal in Canada in the next year or two. So the kind of concept of a pot farm and the kids doing illegal work without knowing it is kind of, it feels like something older,
right.
An older episode.
I guess it would be, in the next few years, it could be akin to the kids working in a brewery.
No, not really, though, because you wouldn't have the DEA coming down on you for working in a brewery. The kids would have to
No, I mean in the future.
Oh.
When it's legalized.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so. It still wouldn't be appropriate for children to work there.
Right.
But you wouldn't have the DEA swooping in on you. It wouldn't be this big secret operation.
Exactly.
They'd have a dispensary.
Right.
But it feels more like, oh, okay, maybe the kids are working in a meth lab. Or a coke operation. Do they have, a name for coke stuff? Pot farm, meth lab, coke shack. Coke shack.
Cokery.
A cokery.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. It sounds like potpourri. Anyway, what do you think?
I really enjoy it. I think it works well. Both of the storylines meld well together. They don't feel tacked on or forced.
Okay.
They both flow into each other equally.
Yeah, and it's good. This, it's very subtle the way it weaves everything in, and the end, I always feel comes kind of out of nowhere until you realize that one of the DEA agents is one of Tina's customers.
Yeah.
Which I only noticed that this time.
Oh, wow.
It.
Okay.
I never noticed that before, so I always thought the end was very unexpected, kind of tacked on. Until I finally paid attention. I guess maybe I just was looking away every other time, but yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. Bob receives a box of his childhood toys, a Brillo pad, a rusted spatula, and a piece of soap. He realizes he had a bad childhood, and he fears the same is happening to his kids. Bob and Linda fire the kids to give them a chance at a happy childhood.
Yeah, summertime fun.
Fun.
In this moment, I noticed something that might be an inconsistency. Bob and Linda say that the note they received is from the ladies who bought his dad's old restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
But then later in the series, we know that Bob's dad didn't sell his restaurant.
Yeah, we actually go to the restaurant.
Yeah, Big Bob's Diner, which he has a photo of in his living room. Yeah. It's still in business. It hasn't been sold. So, yeah, that seems like an inconsistency.
Mm-hmm. They probably just changed their mind later on as the show went on.
Yeah.
Because they needed to get Bob to realize his childhood sucked, so they had to get the box there, and Bob's dad was not going to send that to him.
No, I guess it just seems more like, why didn't they just say it came from his house?
Yeah, like he found it in the attic or something.
Yeah. Like
the kids were rustling around upstairs in the attic, and they came across a box that said Bob's Toys.
But then we wouldn't have this great line. If you think about it, any box could have vibrators in it. Which is very true.
It's very true.
You know,
good on you, Tina.
Vibrators, right? Could or could not have.
We also get H. John Benjamin doing the voice of Big Bob in his one line. Get back to work. Get back to work, Bob. Get back to work.
Oh, yeah. God.
Good job, H. John Benjamin. You really nailed it. But later on in the series, in season 5, when we go back to meet Bob's dad, we do get an actual voice actor for him.
Thank goodness, because it probably would have been really hard to take seriously if it was just H. John Benjamin's lower voice.
Exactly. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So, Jason, what were your least toy-like toys as a kid? Bob's got his scouring pal and Mr. Doglovich and his World War II fighter plane,
his fighter spatula.
Oh, God. They're terrible. I feel so bad for him.
I actually had pretty good toys when I was a kid. I mean, they weren't fancy or expensive, but they were satisfactory. They were actually toys. The only thing that I used that wasn't a toy was carpets. So I had my toy cars and I liked playing with them, but they needed somewhere to drive. So I would take my toy cars and I'd bunch up a carpet to give it all sorts of hills and valleys and crevices.
Oh, cute.
And then I would take my car and I'd drive it along and go over little mountains and do jumps and stuff over the carpet. So my cars had a carpet track.
Did you ever have one of those carpets that already had, like, the tracks painted on and, like...
What do you think I am? Some kind of rich person? Holy moly. No, I never had those, but one of my friends did, so I was always a little jealous, but I think mine was better in the long run, because every time I crumpled up the carpet, it changed. So it was always different.
It was unpredictable.
Exactly. It was unique.
Okay, cool.
What about you?
Probably my couch.
Oh, yeah.
When I was younger, my brother and I had this ugly 70s looking couch with like this big orangey flower pattern on it. And I swear, like, every day we would make a new fort out of this couch. So that was probably the least toy-like thing we did. But I loved that.
That's still
couch.
pretty good.
I loved making just all kinds of forts, and we'd like take all these blankets, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Kids and pillow forts and blanket forts and all that. It's a lot of fun.
Couch forts. Couch forts are where it's at, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Those cushions are perfect.
Prop them up in the side, put the blanket over top, so you get yourself like a little cave. Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then you break it apart and you make it over and over and over again. Yep. It's a lot of fun.
So when Bob is reminiscing about playing with his Brillo pal and his spatula, when he's looking out the window and seeing all the people running by, I noticed that the first people that run by, or the first group that goes by, are friends, so pals. The second group that goes by has an airplane. Oh. His fighter jet. And the next group that goes by is a kid with his dog. So, Doglovich. So we have all three of his toys going past the window.
All the real things.
All the actual real things that he doesn't have. Friends, an airplane, and a dog.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
That makes it worse.
I know. It was a cute detail that I noticed that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Just staring out the window, forlorn, you know? It's touching.
I like young Bob's hairdo.
Yeah, he had good hair.
Yeah, he did.
Linda fell in love with him when he still had good hair. Which, that's another little thing. And I don't really get why it's animated this way, and I've always wondered. Bob's hair, like, he has a little bit of a, comb over right at the back because he's balding. But if you see him from the side, he's always got this one little piece of hair that just kind of sits, not with the rest of his hair. I don't know. You'll notice it now, but it always just weirds me out. I'm like, why isn't it just flat? Maybe it would look funny, but...
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. The kids struggle to enjoy their summer, while Bob struggles to find an employee. Mickey visits the Belchers and agrees to work at the restaurant in exchange for lodging. The kids stumble onto a blueberry farm and into new jobs. Oh boy. So this week on Teddy's Sad Life, he pretends that he has children. He actually, names them.
Yeah.
Goes into the garage so he can trip over the Belcher kids' bikes.
Oh, dang kids! Leaving their bikes around.
Oh, Teddy. He would have been a good dad.
Yeah, I think he would have been a great dad.
At least he gets to be, a pseudo-uncle now. So that's sweet.
The reintroduction of Mickey is great.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Bursting into the restaurant. Put your hands up! Freeze!
It's nice to know that they've kept in contact with him. In season 1, when he was introduced, we did hear that he was still keeping in contact with the Belchers afterwards, but it's nice to know they really did.
Yeah.
And
they're still on good terms.
He wanted to visit them right away, as soon as he got out of prison. That's nice.
No ulterior motives whatsoever.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Thinking about the kids, they're all loners.
Huh.
Gene doesn't really have any friends that he spends time with. Neither does Louise. And neither does Tina.
No, they kind of just hang out with each other.
Yeah, they have each other.
Because they work so much, right? It's not like they would have that many friends.
They don't have time to make friends.
And then their school friends are probably just not close friends.
Yeah, they're school friends.
Yeah.
So, I think as this show goes on, we do get more friend situations with the introduction of Daryl, and Tina spends more time with Zeke and Jimmy Jr.
Yep, and
the twins.
And Louise hangs out with Andy and Ollie more often.
Yeah, and medium-sized Rudy. And regular-sized Rudy.
Medium-sized Rudy.
Yeah, Louise spends more time with regular-sized Rudy. And so as the show goes on, they do get more friends, and they become less lonery, less sad.
Yeah.
In the friend department.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, they kind of just don't know what to do with themselves.
No, they really don't. When the Belcher kids are with Cooper and Beverly, there's this moment where Louise looks around the room and she sees a bong and a poster of a marijuana leaf and all these buds drying. But that moment really doesn't feel like it's for Louise.
It's more for the viewer, right?
Yeah.
Because Louise has no idea.
Yeah, Louise doesn't understand at all what any of this stuff is. I'm sure she can smell it, and she probably realizes that none of this stuff is in her house, but she doesn't know that it's pot.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know that it's an illegal substance at this point.
Right.
Right? So we get all this, bah, 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 kind of moment, but it's not through her perspective, which is just weird for me, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me either, because I don't think any of the kids really get it.
No.
I don't even think Tina does. I'm thinking of myself at age 12, 13, and I didn't really, I knew what drugs were. Drugs were bad.
Mm-hmm.
I knew there was
drugs at school, all that
I
stuff.
knew there were bad drugs, and I just didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
I know people would smoke pot, but I would just hear that being said. I wouldn't know what, if you asked me to point out a pot plant or what marijuana looked like, I would have no idea.
Yeah. I don't think I would have either. Except that you see the big poster with the marijuana leaf. That, to me, is, the biggest one. Mm-hmm. Because you see stuff like that just, walking around town, right?
Sure.
So I feel like if this episode was airing this year, it would be harder for me to be convinced that they didn't know what it was.
Right.
Because I know 12-year-olds that know what pot is.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about it. And they think it's so cool and so fun, whatever. And I'm like, dude, you're 12, calm down. But they definitely know, right?
Yeah.
So the Belcher kids would have to be really immature to not understand what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least where they are and what's going on.
I really do like Cooper and Beverly's lame joke.
Oh, terrible.
You might say we have a bit of a weed problem. and everyone's laughing, and Jean just yells, "I don't get it." And, yeah, it's really funny. Yeah. I think it's great. You have here in your notes the great quote, "Summer is awful. There's too much pressure to enjoy yourself, like New Year's Eve."
Yeah.
And that's totally how I feel sometimes. Like, it's this huge big deal. Like, it's the flipping over of the new year. Oh my God, everyone count down and have a lot of fun. And you're like, well, that sounds like a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's just another night.
And then everybody asks you about your plans. Like, you're supposed to say, like, oh, I was riding on the back of an elephant, drinking a champagne bong, whatever, high on mushrooms while partying with, I don't know. But anyway, partying with, like, the Pope. Like, they're just expecting you to say something, like, extravagant. Meanwhile, you're like, I fell asleep before midnight and then woke up the next day and it was just a new day.
We switched the last digit of our year.
Woohoo! And I'm gonna forget about it for, like, 3 months.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep writing the wrong number on my checks.
I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Clearly you don't want me at your parties. I'm such a buzzkill, I guess.
All right, Jean and Louise are assigned to pick the weed, while Tina delivers blueberries and Mary Jane to the customers. You didn't even put quotes around Mary Jane.
I didn't.
Wow. I'm supposed to know what that means. Bob misses the kids, and when he discovers Mickey is attempting to tunnel into the bank across the street, fires him.
Darn tootin', he fires him.
Yep, Mickey tries the classic Shawshank Redemption style by putting the poster up to cover his hole.
I'm guessing that song is not in Shawshank Redemption.
No.
What even is that song?
It's calypso music.
Got a pair of feet in my hat. What is calypso music?
I guess Mickey is a big fan of the genre of calypso music, which, in case anybody doesn't know...
Yeah, how could you not know? God, it's not like we Googled this.
Yeah, jeez. It's a style of Afro-Caribbean music that originated in Trinidad and Tobago.
Cool.
And it's fun and upbeat and tropical.
And apparently very loud, because he's in the basement of the restaurant. So for that music to go up through the restaurant, up through the apartment so that Bob and Linda can hear it in their bedroom, super loud, is quite the feat. Like, he must have some really good speakers down there.
And the fact that Linda says he's playing it again is great. God. Just he's frequently playing his calypso music.
Apparently.
So Mickey, I guess, is trying to rob Oceanside Savings again.
Yeah, because he thinks he has double jeopardy.
Which is definitely incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
Double jeopardy means you can't be tried for the same...
exact crime?
Right. So
you can't have killed the same person twice.
Right. If you're convicted for a crime...
yeah.
And then you get out and do the same thing... It's very particular, like in the movie Double Jeopardy, Ashley Judd is convicted of killing her husband. Everyone thinks he's dead. So when she gets out and finds out that he's not, she can actually kill him.
Oh, and does she?
She tries to.
Damn, cold-hearted.
He tried to have her killed.
Oh, okay, well, yeah.
I don't know the particulars or all the details about how Double Jeopardy works, but it's not the way Mickey says.
No.
And I like H. John Benjamin saying, no, that's not how it works. And like, he's got like a laugh in his voice. Like, oh my God, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Like, no.
He's like, oh wow, he really is this dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess he's a pretty good employee. It's just this part that really...
yeah, well, bad. Mickey really wants to have a good cover, I think.
Yeah, good point.
So
he's putting in the effort. He's wearing the burger suit
mm-hmm.
with no underwear. Ugh, hold the pickle.
Hold the pickle.
Yeah, it's sweet though that Bob is like missing his kids. You can see that he thinks, you know, the refrigerator is Tina groaning, and he's wondering what Jean and Louise are up to.
And he's like, nice, oh, Jean's probably farting.
Yeah, at any given moment, Jean is probably farting. Jean is probably farting right now. And Tina delivering the blueberries and the weed to everyone is really
yeah, it was a great
cool.
montage.
It's fun. We see the rollerblade guy, we see Mr. Fishoder, and we see Marshmallow.
Yeah.
And I really feel like Mr. Fishoder would do like classier drugs, like coke.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he gets his servants to make him like macaroons or something like that.
Well, Mr. Fishoder's drug of choice is alcohol.
Oh, we know that, yes. Yeah.
So this probably just takes the edge off.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Marshmallow is great. Just that one line, but perfect. Just being like, oh, blueberries. I'm ready for a bake-off. It's so cute. I love it.
Yeah, very cute.
I love Marshmallow. The kids confess that they have new jobs. When a customer of Tina's drops by the restaurant, Bob and Linda discover the kids are working on a pot farm. The DEA descends on the farm, and Bob has SWAT teams pointing guns at his face for a second time. The episode ends with Louise telling her classmates that blueberries should be decriminalized. My favorite line in this episode, and my favorite moment really, is when Louise is like, oh, you thought that you could snap your fancy dad fingers and we'd come crawling back. And she does the little walk with her fingers, and I love Kristen Schaal. I love her so much. She's so good.
I like Louise's line at the beginning when I'm feeling sorry for another person. Like, what are these feelings? Am I going crazy?
Yeah. Yeah, empathy is crazy.
Yeah.
And then later when she's telling Bob, like, oh, no, you can't come here. You know, you're acting a little desperado. I was like, oh, harsh, Louise. Never change.
Never change.
Mm-mm.
I always seem to forget to bring up things, but going back to when Bob initially fires the kids and he's shoving them out the door and Louise is shouting and Jean's yelling, hell no, we won't go. I knew that was from something during the Vietnam draft. There were a lot of people who were fighting the draft. Mm-hmm. They were called draft dodgers. And that was one of their chants that they would all yell, hell no, we won't go, fighting the conscription. Thought it was kind of funny that Gene would shout that when he probably has no idea what that's from.
I had no idea what that was from either.
Yeah. Some famous people who are notably avoided the draft for Vietnam. Bill Clinton, Dick Cheney.
The world would be different if they had gone and then died.
Yep. Anyway, little factoid, little tidbit.
I also like when Mickey doesn't really know how to put his arms up.
Oh my god.
And he does the little kitty paws.
Oh my god.
He's like this, and he just keeps not putting them up high enough.
Do you think that's Bill Hader and H. John Benjamin doing like improv together?
Oh, I hope so.
Like they're just
like he's doing it in the studio and then they're like, oh, we gotta stick with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really hope so. I could see Bill Hader doing that.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. He's good at improv.
There's a couple moments in this episode that I really feel are easily improv'd. Like when Mickey's saying what he wants to do in his future, like what his goals are. Get a gal, I don't know, like build a barn.
Put the gal in the barn.
Put the gal in the barn, paint the barn with the gal. You know, the American dream. Get a gal in a barn. And when he's talking about what the kids would be doing during the summer, like, blowing things up, you know, lighting matches, starting fires.
All these things that you really hope your kids aren't doing.
Exactly. Vastly different childhoods for Mickey and Louise and Jean and Tina.
Yeah.
Thanks to Mickey, Bob has now been in the face of SWAT teams twice.
Yeah.
Poor Bob.
Yeah, I don't think Bob likes him much anymore.
But it wasn't Mickey's fault. Mickey was going straight.
That's true. I mean, he was.
He was making a really poor attempt.
Technically, it's the kids' fault because they're the ones who got the jobs with Cooper and Beverly.
Right.
So they're the reason.
So it's their fault that Cooper and Beverly are selling pot.
No, it's their fault that Bob is at all involved. Right?
Because Bob had to go and collect the kids.
The DEA would have descended either way.
And Mickey only had to go because he had to show them the directions.
Exactly.
I liked Beverly and Cooper trying to sing their little song as they're getting away on the bike.
Oh my gosh.
It's cute.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Makes sense that we never see them again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to our burgers.
Burgers of the week.
Yeah. So how many do you have?
I have 4.
Okay, I have 2.
Oh, that's so
you're going to start this week then?
All right. So I'll start with my least favorite.
Okay.
I mean, I have so many that I can do this.
I got to keep my expectations low. Okay, right. I got it.
So we're just going to start with the pink slip burger.
Pink slip?
Yep. Because the kids were fired.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of like Grease, where they try and oh, you've never seen Grease.
That should be on Pop Culturally Deprived.
Clearly. Which is a great podcast, by the way. You should be listening. Yeah, I was thinking of like gangs racing each other in cars for each other's pink slips. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
pink slip because the kids were fired. So
Right,
it would be
okay.
a rare burger. Just it would be pink.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
The pink slip burger.
Yep.
That's kind of cute. I like it.
Yeah.
Seems like something you get in like a kind of rough and tough burger place, you know?
Yeah, I like the pink slip.
Yeah. I got fired this week, so screw everybody. I'm gonna have a pink slip burger.
Johnny, this is the 5th time you've been fired this week. I know, times are tough.
Tough are tough and rough. I make my own fun. All right. Okay. My first burger is the burger joint.
Okay.
It would be a marijuana infused burger, which is legit a thing. I looked it up. It would.
Of course
I,
it is.
I thought that they would have like marijuana oil, but it's just the bud ground up and put in the beef patty. Which seems like it would probably taste kind of weird, but someone said that they made them at home and they had 2 burgers and they were like completely done. Like super high.
Okay, so we're going with just pot burgers. See, I was going away from that.
But that's what I went for the first one.
Okay.
You don't know what my second
That's
one
true,
is. You
okay.
haven't heard it yet. Don't be
So-
judging.
There is dangers of eating pot food
Mm-hmm.
because if you weren't in charge of how much is put in, then you have no idea. Like if someone offers you a pot brownie, you have no idea how much pot is in that. So it could knock you on your butt or it could do nothing at all.
Yeah, and it
And
takes
that's-
longer to process through your
Exactly.
system.
It could
so
take
you're
an
not-
hour, it could take 2 hours.
You're not going to notice right away, so you might eat like 2 or 3 brownies.
Exactly.
And then be...
Completely screwed.
Yeah.
So careful out there, people.
Yep,
Be
careful.
safe.
Now that it's become legal in a lot of states, you gotta, be careful with this stuff.
Watch the YouTube show Drug Lab.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your second burger?
The second burger is the pot calling the kettle black.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
And it's actually a charred kettle corn burger.
Oh, no marijuana.
No marijuana.
Okay.
I mean, I
okay.
guess I could grind some up in there as well, but
You could.
I was going more for popcorn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cute. Pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, so
Okay,
kettle
I like
corn ground up and put into the burger.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've got a recipe for it.
Or you could have it as a side too.
Yeah, but that's not as fun.
Okay. All right. Tell me your next one and then I'll give you mine.
All right. My next one is just the high and dry burger.
Oh my god. Okay,
Which-
so you went for the names that were
I'm pretty sure that's what this
Okay.
show is all about.
No, I know, but you didn't think to add the pot in the
No,
burger.
I didn't. I wanted
Okay.
something that,
you could legally
easily
sell.
accessible. Right. And that you could serve in a restaurant.
Yeah, because it's not legal here, guys.
Yeah. So it's a high and dry burger and it's using dry rub on the
Oh,
burger.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. My second burger is working 9 to chive.
Oh, yay.
Working 9 to chive. What a way to make a living.
Well, you're lucky, guys, because you've heard Vivienne sing twice now.
I'm so sorry. Okay. I have a recipe for this one. It's
Let me
really
guess, it's got chives on it.
It's just a chive burger, guys. But it would probably taste really good.
My last burger is the blueberried in work
Oh my god.
burger. So that one's got blueberries. Yeah.
Just blueberry burger?
It's blueberries in the ground beef.
That seems like a weird combo.
Yeah, it does. So I'm curious about it, but I've got a recipe for it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I'd
Yeah.
like to see what the recipe calls for.
Blueberries.
Yeah, I guess. And also probably beef.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got, oh my goodness, we've got a lot. We've got mine, which are the burger joint and working 9 to chive. We've got the pot calling the kettle black. We've got
Pink slip.
high and dry, pink slip, and
Blueberry didn't work.
blueberry didn't work. Oh man, I don't even know. I think these are all pretty good. I'm pretty proud of us this week.
Yep.
High five. You guys heard that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I don't know. I don't know which one to pick. Okay, I'll pick my favorite of yours. You pick your favorite of mine?
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll go with the burger joint.
Okay. You don't like working 9 to chive?
We've already had a chive burger, I feel.
It doesn't matter what the ingredients are.
Well, it's got to be creative.
Yeah, working 9 to 5 is cute.
I know.
Okay, fine.
But I think burger joint better reflects the episode.
Fine. All right. Okay. So the burger joint, and I'm going to go with... Oh, goodness. High and dry. Yeah, I think I like that one.
Burger joint and high and dry.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors time. Let's go.
All right.
Okay. Oh, we
both got paper.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I cut you with my scissors.
I went paper again.
Okay, so our burger of the week is the burger joint, which, guys, is just super obvious.
It's a little too on the nose.
It's super on the nose.
But that's V's fault.
Girl, you did not. Okay. So on that sassy note, I guess we'll finish our episode of Burger of the Week, a Multiverse Radio production. Thank you so much for listening. The best way to spread the word or to show your support is by leaving us a rating and a review on iTunes. If you want to discuss decriminalizing blueberries, you can find us on Twitter at Multiverse Radio or Facebook at Multiverse Radio Podcast, or you can send us an email from our website, multiverseradio.ca. Yeah, we're in Canada, and pot's not legal here yet. Next week, we'll discuss Season 3, Episode 4, Mutiny on the Windbreaker, which features the voice of Jeffrey Tambor. Yeah, from Arrested Development. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
No touching!
So come hang out with us again next week.
Yeah.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.